Hello everybody, my name is Mrs. Zaharchuk and I'm going to be your instructor for your assessment course this term. As you know, this is a blended course, so 50% of the course will be online and 50% will be on ground when we meet on Fridays for 3 hours. So I wanted to take some time to just go over a little bit on D2L in case some of you have never worked on D2L or you've never taken an online course. So I just want to show you around. Course specifics will be reviewed when I see you on Friday, so I'll get into grading and answer any questions you might have. But for now, I just want to show you how to navigate the course. Since you're listening to this or watching this video, you have already found the Start Here section, which is exactly where I wanted you to go first. So we're just going to go into there. This is the introductory video presentation that you're watching now. The next one down is the syllabus. You can certainly click on that and review it. We will talk more about that on Friday. I want to just show you the schedule. The schedule shows you what exactly we're doing within each week. So you can see this week we're doing the concept of health assessment, interview and health history, documentation and reporting. So that is all of the content that we're going to cover between what we're doing online and what we're doing in class. If you want to know when exams are, you can find it on here as well. So you can see your first exam will be Friday during week 3. I will get into the specifics of grading at a later time on Friday. You can see that there's a physical assessment test during week 4, so that'll give you an idea of what's going on from week to week. Sorry, let me get back to the home page and back in to Start Here. Also, I put here a schedule of readings. This gives you what the weekly learning objectives are. And you can see for week 1, gives you the objectives. And it also lets you know exactly what reading assignments, My Nursing Lab assignments, and ATA assignments there are for each lesson. I have also written these down within the modules each week online. But I do believe for the ATI, I said see your assignment paper, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the topics for reading, My Nursing Lab, and ATI. Okay, so it has everything that you'll need for each week. So that's everything under the Start Here area. Let me get back to my browser here. Before I get into the content for this week, I just want to show you, if you look under resources, you can see attendance. I do track attendance online. So what you'll do is just look, you see the spring attendance log, and I have attendance for both online and on ground. So online is the work that you do, obviously virtual learning, and on ground is when you show up for class. Just so you know, you do have to complete the requirements for online activity or you don't get attendance credit. And you can't miss more than 15% of the classes. So it's going to be really important that you pay attention to that. If you're looking for grades, you will go to Assessment, click on Grades, and you'll be able to see what your grades are for each specific item. Again, I'm going to go over what the assessments are going to be when we meet on Friday, but this gives you an idea of where to find your grades. So as soon as this comes up, I'm going to show you what you have to do for week 1. Each week is set up the same. I have an overview, and I don't know why nothing's showing up in the overview because I do have something in there. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. So for the overview, online requirements must be completed each week by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. in order for you to receive attendance credit. So This class differs from the other day class in that they have to show up Wednesday and Friday. You only have to show up Friday, but you do have to complete the online assignments in order to get attendance credit. So the advantage is you can choose when you get that work done, but it does have to be done by Wednesday night at 11:59. So you can see the topics listed here. We're doing the concept of health assessment. That content will be online. Interview and health history, that content is online. Documentation and reporting is what we're going to do in class on Friday. And then I also have here, if you're saying to yourself, what do I have to do this week to get attendance credit? You have to watch the concept of health assessment video, which is interactive. So there are assignments embedded in that video, which I'm going to show you. And you also need to view the health history and interview video and complete the embedded assignments. And that's what you'll have to do this week for your attendance credit. If you're used to other online classes, I don't have a discussion board for this week. I may have one for the subsequent weeks, but this is what I want you to complete for this week. You'll also see that you've got reading assignments which correlate with what I had on that sheet that I just showed you. Okay, so this tells you what all you have to read. This is an article that I had assigned to you as well. Under the Watch tab, these are narrated presentations that are interactive. So when you're ready, you just click on the one that you want to watch. Let's start with the very first one. And it will come up. This is in a program called Edpuzzle, which you may have used in other classes. What you have to do to start it, when you start it, it will ask you to log in.
Hi everybody, welcome.
I'm sorry, I'm already logged in. When you log in from your computer, you will see that it asks you to log in as either an instructor or a student. You're going to log in as a student, and you're going to have to create an account. All you have to do is put your first and last name. I believe the email is optional, but you have to do that so I can track what you've done. So these little assignments that are embedded within, you can see here as you go along where these question marks are as the video plays. Questions will pop up that you need to answer, and I will be able to see on my end that you completed that work. And that's how you'll get your attendance credit. When you're finished with that one, you're going to do the same thing for the health history and interview. And it will prompt you. It's not prompting me because it already has me logged in, but it'll prompt you to create an account as a student. And again, it's free. You just put in your first and last name, and that way I will know what you have done and that you've answered all of the questions. When you get down to the Do tab, it just gives you some things that you can do to reinforce your reading. My Nursing Lab, which if you aren't set up in that at this point, you will be, and it lets you know the modules that correlate with your reading. And also there's plenty of reading in ATI. I have down here follow assignments paper, which I showed you for ATI tutorials and videos so that you know exactly what you need to do. I didn't write them here, so you can just refer back to that page to see what ATI tutorials and videos you need to do. Again, this part does not count for attendance credit online, but you do need to do it so that you can be successful in the course. The last thing I have to show you, I did put all PowerPoints. The videos that I narrated are simply the PowerPoints that we would do in class together should you have an on-ground class with me. So you are welcome to print out the PowerPoints to take notes while you're watching the videos. And this last one, we will be doing in class. So if you're somebody who likes to take notes on PowerPoints, which most students do, you'll want to print these out so that you have them. So I think that gives you an overview, at least to get started. And again, I need you to have the week 1 online assignments done by Wednesday at 11:59. Friday, when we meet in class, I'm going to do a comprehensive course overview and answer any questions that you might have. In the meantime, if you're having trouble getting started, you are welcome to email me and we'll work through it together. So I look forward to meeting all of you in class.